Thanks for joining me for a snack and a chat. Today we're going to have some of these chocolate flowers. I read somewhere that they're actually wreaths, like Christmas wreaths, but you will see when I open up the package that they are actually flowers. They always have been and always will be flowers. So it was recently St. Nicholas Day, Saturday the 6th was St. Nicholas Day, and I've been celebrating St. Nicholas Day ever since I was a wee lass with my family. I come from hearty Austrian stock. Catholic Austrians love their chocolate, love their treats. So St. Nicholas, for those who don't know, is the OG Santa, okay? He was the original gangster giving out treats, and some people get their treats in shoes. I always got it in a stocking growing up. So yeah, my parents and my sister were all born in Austria. I was the firstborn in Canada, but we celebrated this. This was the time that we got stuff in our stockings. Christmas was just for, you know, under the tree stuff. But yeah, so this is, the brand is Schluckwerder. Schluckwerder. Yeah, I don't speak German, really, apart from some swear words, which I will not say on camera because I don't swear ever. Fuck swearing. So these, let me open this up. Am I tempting you? These are so good, okay? They're freaking good, but as you will see, my focus, there we go. These are flowers. They're not freaking wreaths, they're flowers, but yeah, they're chocolate. Okay, they're delicious. So it's nice, firm, dark chocolate there. Are they dark chocolate? They seem like dark chocolate. They look like dark chocolate. They taste pretty dark. And yeah, they're covered in sprinkles and they're delicious. They're absolutely delicious. So as with my last snack in a chat, the last one we talked about, whatever I talked about while I was eating green tea almond spread, which was delicious. And I said in that video, do not stick your dick in the almond spread. Do not stick your dick in the St. Nicholas treats, okay? Just don't. You will be kicked out of the party. Fuck yeah. These are so good. I can polish this off, this tray off, like easily now, right now. I won't, because like I've been sick. Okay, that's why I haven't made a video. I've been sick for the past week. I'm still sick. I had a brutal headache all day today. I'm sure chocolate will not help. But these are so good. Let me show you the close-up again. Look at that. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's so good. Focus on me. Focus on me. Sorry. I should be looking at the camera, but I'm looking over there. But yeah, these are good. So my family, as I said, is from Austria. My parents were born in the 30s in Austria. Okay, they went through World War II, all that stuff. They moved to Canada. I don't even know when they moved to Canada. My sister was born in Austria. They first moved to Switzerland, and then they moved to Ontario. They lived in Toronto. They lived in the German neighborhood. And at first, they stayed in that neighborhood, and they had a really hard time assimilating. Like, they knew English, but they didn't speak it very often, and they didn't speak English at home because they were living in this German community. Fuck yeah. Schluckwerder, you know what you're doing. I love Schluckwerder. I've already polished off all of the rum balls that I got and the chocolate-covered marzipan. So good. That's all gone. This is what's left. And I may have had an orange in my stocking. But yeah, so they lived in this German neighborhood, and they had a hard time assimilating, and they realized that, you know, maybe we should start speaking English at home so that we can get, you know, used to Canada, and which I don't know if that was a good idea or not. So they decided to do that, and then I was around. I was a kid, I was born, or maybe they decided after I was born. I can't remember, but I never learned German, not properly. I've learned some things here and there. I can kind of understand it. I mean, I grew up with German-speaking parents, so I know the sounds. I'm comfortable with it, right? It's a comfortable language for me, but I never learned it. And my mom always regretted that. She wished she had taught me. And my sister, I think she was 2 or 4 or something when they left Europe. She can't remember any of it either. But yeah, and then they moved to British Columbia and had me, the delightful child, the delightful one. Yeah, I was the brat. My parents are both brats too. They were both brats. I come from a long line of brats. My sister is a brat. We are all brats. We are proud of it. I've had people recently on videos comment, actually it was on social media, on Instagram, say that, oh, your parents must be proud of you. They were putting me down. Honestly, they would be proud of me because they were devilish people, despite the Catholic, beliefs. They were naughty. Yeah, these are really good, but I gotta stop, actually. I should have got some water. But yeah, so we would have these in our stockings, plus a bunch of other stuff. I bought this at a deli in town that sells, usually like German delis, Dutch delis. You can find this stuff. I don't know if you can find it online. Maybe you can. I don't really care. Because I have some right here. Okay, one more. But yeah, that's it. So, yeah, I was first born in Canada. I've been to Austria a couple of times. Lovely place, lovely people. I have a lot of family in Austria and Italy and Germany and Switzerland. But yeah, the way to tell my Austrian upbringing is, or my Austrian background is the nose, right? I got the bump. We got the bump. Everyone in my family has the bump, and I love it. I love it. I love interesting noses. I've been made fun of lots for my nose, but I don't give a fuck. Because, people are assholes. People who make fun of people for their looks or things that people can't change, they're just assholes. And they can get fucked. But they cannot fuck my chocolate flowers, not wreaths. They cannot fuck these. Although, I don't know. For those kind of people, the hole might be a little too big. This is probably not coherent. Anyway, as I said, I've been sick. I was like, I did nothing all last week. Watched TV, played video games. Even that was difficult. At first it was really difficult to even read a book. Like I couldn't focus. So like video games and TV was easier. I could just like play something mindless and then, okay, I'm done with that. I'll try this now. Could not focus. So I haven't made videos. I've missed it. I'm back now. Kind of. Wow. Okay, these are really good. I have so many sprinkles in my teeth. Oh, you know what I did today? Okay, my hair is probably all flat. I just had a shower. And I blow dried my hair. But yeah, my hair, I'm gonna get hat head. Okay, I got in the shower. No, okay, nothing about that. I had a shower. Yes, I was naked. I was naked. People take their clothes off generally in the shower. When I was a kid, when I was little, I would have baths. And there was a time that I didn't like to be naked. And I wore a bathing suit in the bathtub. And I had this yellow bathing suit. It was yellow with polka dots, different colored polka dots. Reminds me of, there's that Dr. Seuss book about the dots, the spots, where there's like spots everywhere and they're covering everything. And I love that book. I have all my old Dr. Seuss books, my old Roald Dahl books and all my childhood books still. I had a shower naked. My hands were naked. My feet were naked. I need to shave my legs. Everything was naked. I was butt naked. Then I got out, got dressed, all the things, blow dried my hair. I've never done this in my life. I'm blow drying my hair. I have the dryer here. I'm just like, doing this thing. And like, I hate drying my hair. I'm like minimalist, right? Low maintenance to a fault. But yeah, dry my hair. And I cut my ear with my thumbnail. I don't know if you can see this. I don't know if you can, hold on. Can you see that? I don't know if it's in focus because I can't see. But yeah, I cut my ear. This is there. Cut my freaking ear with my thumbnail. It was bleeding a lot. Well, not a lot, but more than it's ever bled because I've never cut my ear. What do I do with that? Do I put a Band-Aid on it? Do I put a chocolate flower, not a wreath, So I put that on there. What do I do? Just put a hat on it. Is there blood on this? I didn't think about that. Oh well. But my oldest is making more hats for us for Christmas, Pikmin hats. Can't wait. I have shit in my teeth. You know what I hate? When people don't tell you if you have something in your teeth. I will always tell you. If I'm talking to you and you have some green shit in your teeth, I will say, hey, by the way, you got some in your teeth. I will always tell you. I will always have your back. Those people who don't tell you because they're so embarrassed, they're just like leaving you open and exposed to even more embarrassment. It's stupid. Okay, so I cut my ear. What was my point? Oh yeah, and then I was talking to my youngest, and I said, "Oh look at the stupid thing I did, right?" And she was laughing at me. She's like, "What? How did you cut your ear while drying your hair?" I'm like, "Right." I'm like, and so I make the stupid typical joke like, you should have seen the other guy. And she does this. She's like, yeah, you should have seen the other guy, because it was my thumb. Anyway, I thought it was really funny. I said, I'm taking that. I'm going to use that. I'm stealing your joke. My youngest is like the funny one in the family. If you think I'm funny, you should meet my kids. They're both hilarious. But yeah, my youngest is just like, her one-liners are incredible. Like they never stop. It's great. Okay, one more before I vomit. So I grew up with a very food-focused family. I think, having parents who grew up during a war, right, and had no food, they lived in farmland. They grew up in and around Innsbruck. And yeah, I think my mom, she and her family, like my grandfather was in the Austrian army right before the war started. And so he went off to fight, and they were renting a farmhouse, I think. And they had their house taken away by soldiers. They got kicked out for a while. When they came back, like stuff had been stolen and yeah, a whole bunch of bullshit. But anyway, like my mom would tell me stories about stealing butter from the local farmers because they had no food. And they would, like, her and her sisters, she had 3 sisters, they'd sit there and they'd eat butter, this farm fresh butter. Sad shit. But yeah, so I was raised by these parents who had gone through all this stuff and had this, like, mentality around food. Like, you do not waste food. But it was also this, like, this weird thing around it, like the clean your plate club, you know what I'm talking about? Like, you have to eat everything on your plate. But also we can't have leftovers. That was my mom. She hated leftovers, probably because it sucks to heat them up when you don't have a microwave, right? And, it gets all burnt in the pan or in the oven or whatever. But anyway, so, yeah. So clean your plate club, eat everything on your plate. I remember one time I didn't want to eat my peas, green peas. I didn't like the peas. So my family did this thing where, like, we had our TV in the living room, right? We'd eat in the kitchen. And when everyone was done, everything on their plate, they could leave, right? Clean up their plates and leave. And I refused to eat my peas. So I was all alone in the kitchen, sitting there with my peas on my plate. I didn't want to eat them. I can hear them all watching TV in the other room. So I took my plate of peas and I threw them at the oven door. I threw all the peas at the oven door. Later on, I got really good at, hiding peas and stuff under the edge of my plate. Food I didn't want to go under the edge of the plate or in a napkin. I learned how to, spit. I learned how to spit, right? Or, like keep it in the corner of my mouth and, can I go pee? I gotta go pee, right? And spit it all out. No, it wasn't that I didn't appreciate food, but I was a picky eater when I was a kid. And I didn't like being told what to do. I didn't like being told to clean my plate when I wasn't hungry anymore and when I wasn't the one who served me the food. So, like, they'd serve me the food and then tell me I had to eat everything on my plate. Like this, Europeans, right? Not to put you all in one basket, but you kind of live in this basket, right? It's kind of that continent thing. But yeah, so clean my plate. And so I grew up with, like, there were interesting ideas about food, and I understand that coming from a, like, food scarcity, right? Why that came up. But then my dad was always on and off diets. He had to, trying to lose weight, and he'd go on these diets where he'd eat cottage cheese and tomatoes for breakfast. I remember, like, flipping through his books when I was older, and it was really interesting, all of his little diet books and the weird shit that he would do, back in the 70s. And, yeah, and 80s. And then my mom She had a weird thing about food too. But yeah, so it's no wonder that I ended up with an eating disorder, right? I'm gonna have one more of these. But I'm good now. I'm good now. I haven't been underweight in a long time. You know, now I feel good about food, and I've raised my kids like I don't do the clean your plate thing. I try not to. But I don't want to do that. I don't want to be a food pusher. It's like, you know what you like, you know what you don't like. Like my job as a parent has always been, I will offer you the food and offer you a range of healthy foods, and it's up to you as my child to choose whether or not you eat it, right? What you eat and how much, that's your job. Because I don't want that whole toxic relationship with food for my kids that I had growing up. But, you know, that's okay. Food is love. It really is. It's really important. It's also fuel. It's so many things. So for me, food is love. It's pleasure. It's like I love the experience of eating. Chocolate flowers on camera. It's great. I have so much shit in my teeth right now. I need water. I'm so thirsty. But these are so good. Yeah, I ate too many. Not from a, you know, disordered eating kind of mentality, but from a like, that's just too much chocolate at once. I need some like green bell peppers just to break it up. But yeah, so I have talked about disordered eating in some past videos. I actually had one video I talked about my disordered eating in the past and stuff, and then it got flagged very recently. Like that video's been out for, I don't know, 4 years, and it got flagged recently, and it got age restricted, and you know, limited monetization on it and whatever, because I talked about my eating history. And I didn't offer some big warning in the video, and you know, that it could be triggering. It's like, it was fine for 4 years and now it's not. But you can watch that if you're curious, but you don't have to. I really have not much to say. Someone texted me. Who is this? My oldest got a job today, which is cool, so I've got to pick them up in a few hours. They're just telling me where to pick them up. They're telling me where to go. Okay, one more. I have a healthy relationship with food. I really do. I have this spot on my tooth. I have been to the dentist and had it checked. There's nothing wrong, no cavities, no nothing. He thinks it's like from an old filling. It's maybe just like, it's getting old, and then there's like, it's putting pressure on my tooth. You know, and so then when I bite down sometimes, occasionally I'll get this like sharp pain. And it's just sometimes. And yeah, he's checked it. I've had x-rays and whatever. It's like totally fine. So probably just old filling. Like I've got the old, you know, all the mercury in my mouth, right? Gen X. We love mercury. My God. I used to eat a lot of tuna too. Canned tuna. I still like tuna, but I'm really cautious about that. I limit it. I love tuna melts. Okay, tuna and mayo on some bread with some cheese, processed cheese. You know what I'm talking about. I mean, you can use the good stuff, but processed cheese, put that in the oven, bake that for a while, and then the processed cheese gets like, well, bubbly and a little bit golden brown. And oh my God, and you eat that with a knife and a fork. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ would love that shit. Tuna melts. So good. I gotta eat something not sweet soon here, because these Schokoladenkranze, whatever the heck. Schluckwerder. You should check it out. It's, let's see. Oh, they put the English over top. Yeah, I don't like that when stores put the English thing on top of the German. I want to see the German. I want to see the... Yeah, they're from Germany, though. I don't know if you can see. Hold on. Where? Shit, I just dropped that on there. It's not focusing. I don't know. Can you see that? Can you see? Germany. Can you see that? Right there. Germany. And oh, recyclable. Okay, I don't like... The whole recycling thing is really misleading. Where did my chocolate go? I want my chocolate. Okay, fine, I'll eat it. Oh, look at this. You can put your tongue in it. You can also put these on your finger. Okay, wait, I can't focus. There. La, 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 la. Okay, that's a little too erotic for my liking. That made me deeply uncomfortable. I was starting to say something, but the recycling thing. Oh yeah, I buy stuff at Walmart because it's cheap. Walmart puts the like recycling label, like can be recycled, on the plastic wrap for like paper towel and toilet paper, which is a fucking scam because that shit all goes to like some landfill or gets sent to some island and ends up on a beach somewhere. It's just such bullshit. But now, like where I live, they're going to start accepting like this type of plastic in the recycling. But really, where's it going to go? Where's it going to go? In the fucking ocean. I don't know what they do with it. Okay, I'm done. I'm gonna, yeah, stop now. Have some water, because holy crap, this is like, it's like a minefield of chocolate and sprinkles and pain right now. No, it's not pain. It's just like, it's just too much. This is too much. Did I have half of this? No, I didn't have half. But yeah, I'll talk in a future video about my diet and what I eat and, you know, my whole relationship with food, but not talking about disordered eating because that'll get me flagged. God damn it. Can't be real at all on here. But I don't have disordered eating now, other than, you know, whatever this was. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow probably filming something else. I'm trying to get back into daily stuff. I have been sick, as I said, and I've been really sad because I wanted to feel good so I can make videos again, but I'm just like stupid tired and stupid. So yeah, I'll be filming something tomorrow and I will be back. And I'll see you then. Hashtag. See that? Can you see that? Can you see that? Yeah. Happy Monday. Bye-bye.